Okay, are we streaming? Let me check real quick. Where is it? Okay, we are officially streaming. I'm gonna go there. Just wanna make sure we're good. Yeah. Okay, and then OBS. Good, good. Okay, I guess we're starting. So, um, I haven't yet edited. I mean, not edited. Started. Well, I'm new to streaming, so I haven't done much. But I am gonna edit. Well, not edit. I'm gonna write the rough draft for a chapter I have thought of. Now I can't just like sit here and think of the chapter. Like it requires me to be very bored out of my mind, and that usually happens when I'm at work. So I have a 2 to 10 job. So when I'm at work, I'm bored out of my mind. So I'm doing the usual thing. I have, well, usual as in the last stream I did, which is I have a mic, not a mic, a headphone in, listening to some music while I edit. And this is how I usually edit. I always have some text below because it kind of looks disappointing when I'm just writing on a blank page. So this chapter takes place, it's either in Act 4 or Act 5. But we're starting with the character Desiree. I don't know much about her since I just started with this. Oh yeah, and so Greg Fanbrook, Greg's Rind, that's the channel. And we're gonna begin editing. I mean, not editing, but writing. So, and I don't plan on really scrolling down much because it's unnecessary. But this is a different character, different. Like I just took a random chapter and I'm copied and pasted, and I'm doing the next chapter like that. So we were starting with Desiree's perspective. So how did I want to begin that? Actually, I'm gonna move the mic a bit because I want my keyboard closer to me. Remove some junk. Happy juice. Okay. So if you can still hear me, I'll turn it up a bit. Yes? Good. So hopefully you can still hear me. The fact that the mic is a bit farther from my face doesn't have much of a issue. I can turn it up more so it picks up more. I'm still working on this whole process. We'll get to it one day. Well, this day. So Desiree's perspective. How did I want to start that? This stream might be a bit more silent than the last stream. Yeah. and at the end, semantics. Schematics. Okay. Yeah. Like I'm not used to like streaming this and like trying to fill up content and whatnot. Uh, but I'll get used to it. I'll do what I can and go from there. But I mean, I do have reason for doing this particular chapter because it like I'll just share that right now. So basically, I can get well, I already shared that with you. I get visions and whatnot. But for this particular scene, I saw uh, from a different, an alternate reality episode of a particular anime I watched, and because I like the scene we got in this reality did not sit right with me. It was too like it didn't walk. So, and this was before I even knew that I had this ability. And I thought like I want to know like the origin, the what happened in the original version or telling of this story, and that's what I'm gonna kind of describe. So, okay, we're not gonna begin all the way at what I was originally gonna. I can edit that in later, but so we'll just begin on the cargo plane. Let's see, 5 is okay. So we'll begin on the cargo plane. Yeah, I didn't think it would be this much of a mess. Like trying to just fill time. Okay, so maybe just pretend I'm not being streamed. So I didn't realize I like predetermined these names. Like I like to name the characters before I write them. Um, Ian is a scientist. Desiree is also somewhat of a scientist. I need to because I'm just skipping straight to the part that I wanna write instead of like everything before that. Um, and then Garfield is a really smart scientist. Right. Harmonic. Luckily, yeah. And if I knew music to play along with this, maybe it might be more enjoyable. But I don't, and I don't want to really get copyrighted for anything because YouTube is stupid like that. I don't like any sort of copyright crap, so, but that's, but no, it is just me, but whatever. Instead of flying on the mountain on the field. What's going on? The screen froze for a moment. I mean, I think I have a good enough look. Well, I know I have a good enough look that can stream. I just don't know if my internet is all that great. But whatever. I gotta look up a name real quick. Got anything else? What part did he play? So, well, is his name? Okay, I can just call him that. Very generic, I guess. Don't do that on me. Control pilot. Yeah. And there's a lot of me just going to look up names and whatnot. Awards. Pilot. Or spellings. Oh. Oh. Wanted to mute that, but whatever. Scuff is the use. Okay, and then answers from the pilot seat. Wait, I had a name for him. What was the name? Oh yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, we haven't hit that. So the thing I have yet to, well, so by this point in the story, we already know this species. These people are a different species, and they are based on different plants. So, um, I don't know what Ian, Alan, or uh, John are gonna be, like what plant variety they're gonna be. I do know that Desiree is a either a petrol plant or a Venus flytrap plant. So like that's what they're kind of based on, and what I'm doing that I guess is unique is their pupil. The pupil is gonna be the, like if you're staring down at the flower, you see like the I think they're called the pistils or something, but you see what's in the flower. So that's the pupil, and once let me finish here a bit. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. Why do you keep pausing? Like there's no reason for it to pause. My other headphones never paused the music. So the fauna down there. Oop. And then we're gonna get some slip ups like that. And I was Did it just mute without me typing anything? Why did it mute? I don't know. Okay, check on him. Just have to be careful of what buttons I'm pressing because a lot of the hotkeys are all on my mouse. Say this view like we're like seeing like the like rawest form of writing, I guess, right now. Like I the whole my rough drafts are basically like get the idea out. It's not really about being heavy detailed, but there is still gonna be a bit detailed and whatnot. So to me, just having like four people on a large cargo plane doesn't make sense. So we have a few red shorts, as it was, as it were. There we go. Okay. And so beyond period. There are a few people I know little about as they go about managing the plane. And I find myself in front of this large stage. Okay. let's see. What did I want to call that? What is it? What is it? Great torment. So because like well, everything is kind of plant related, so plants go dormant in the winter, so that's the terminology I'm gonna use. So the great dormant. I mean, again, this is rough draft, or I may change it, may not, I don't know. Great dormant. And then what I tend to do is I tend to put in background information in the rough draft, but once I get to like we this chapter is so far ahead of like the chapter I streamed last time that like there's nothing before it and there's nothing after it. This is just like a snapshot scene that I know I'm gonna include in the story later on. So this is just a like snapshot. So let's see. And, so there's background with the 6 device, and then I don't need to go into here. It's I mean that's what I was gonna try to do at the beginning of the stream, just like kind of explain that and like put it into the actual story along with introducing Garfield and whatnot. But I'm just going straight for what I want to share, what I want the scene to be. So we're not even there yet, but we're getting there. It's gonna be neat, at least from my perspective. And then I'll share with you the rest of like the inspiration for the scene. Okay, so for the cargo plane. Delete. I think that's what they do. Delete. What is Okay, I think what's going on is that every time my phone goes into lock mode, it mutes the music for some stupid reason. Which my other headphones didn't, so. But I mean, these were what, $9? I'll get better ones or something. So static fills the cabin as I go to cover yours. Gaslight is a temporary name. I have had other temporary names that kind of just stuck, like Lewis. Lewis, like it was just a temporary name in the beginning, but it kind of just stuck and I'm sticking with it. So, Gaslight might stick, I don't know. I got to cover my ears, and Gaslight stands a lot past the stands a lot as we pass through the Monarch Yoda. Okay, so now we're getting to the good part. As we see the other side of the field, and it's as we expected coming to the mountain, but the static forms quickly. Mountain comes to the mountain, but the static returns quickly as Garfield's voice enters the noun. Although his voice is static. No. His voice is coming out trouble. There we go. Healing him. There we go. Voices. how do I keep hitting that? And so I'm still at gas. This one, variety. View screen. Let's do the what? Let's do the stupid thing. Okay, I'll be plugged in. And so the thing is, they're all plant people, so their natural enemy is basically fire. So that's why I just lost both arms. Find I find what you call it. Portraits. Up west is to the everyone else mod Dodd. We use Dodd. Right. Longo. W screens. Just not what do you call it? Stick. What is it? I know, like for video games, we call it a joystick. So, but it's like a level. push down, the plane goes down. If you push it up, it goes up. Speak all crash land. Crash land. This means what he's saying. So a special thing about this species is as they experience heightened emotions or any really like negativity or something, since they are plants, I mean I know it kind of works the opposite with plants. If a plant feels stressed, it starts to decay and die and whatnot. But with these people or these plant people, when they feel stressed or whatever, they actually begin to overgrow. So they like basically overgrow or whatever. Like they grow more. So I don't know if I'm gonna have them be like slight green tint or whatever. I know their eyes are gonna be like I described earlier, but I don't know much more beyond that. Because I mean, this is like really early. Like I mean, I know the ideas. Like there is a storyline with all of this, but I don't know how they look quite yet. Not like I do with the dot from the previous chapter I streamed. So, and she also has a more issue with when she outgrows, because she is a Venus flytrap or pitcher plant. I don't know which one yet, but because of her nature, she needs to basically eat other plants. She can't just photosynthesize like the others can. So and that plays actually a big part in like I thought of all this yesterday at work, and it like works really well into either the second or third book that I'll be writing after last fall. but less for is around 300,000 words. Reason for that is because I'm not following like one character. I am following the soul of one character. So the soul is the character. That means they are multiple people throughout the story, and we see their growth from the different lifetimes that they've lived. And in particular with Desiree, like this whole, like I mean, but once I get to it, I'll go into more detail about that. So, but as my anxiety kicks in, my body begins overgrowing. As I try harder to keep the plane afloat, keep the plane in the air, burns from my legs start to sprout and attach consuming them. Then, as with the amount I'm overgrowing, I need nourishment. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Okay, as I need nourishment. Descending. Nope. So I don't know if I'm gonna have some kind of like symbiotic relationship with the two, or how it's gonna work, but again, we'll have to have just ideas going down, and once I come back around to it with the editing phase, I'll figure something out. Attaching. Once more. Attaching to gaslight one more as so I think that is where I'll end this, or at least, but let's see, as I was saying with the overgrowth thing, and the soul thing, so there's always soul. After this particular event, like, so normal, like, even though her arms were basically blasted away with fire, because she's a plant, she can grow back. But because of this particular event, um, her body is now afraid to grow, and a what is it? The character that is like, how do I say it? Like above her, like who she will eventually become after like this lifetime is a owl named Surfing, who well, she can morph into a kind of human looking person. She can't completely morph because this event. This event causes her to be afraid to grow, and so eventually I need to lead it back into like she discovers this and she's able to grow more. So yeah, consider turning down view or setting or you. Okay. Okay, so it seems to pause for a bit. But anyway, hopefully it still picks up my audio at least, even if the screen pauses. But so on to the inspiration for this chapter, for this idea. Alternate reality television show, anime that I saw. Now, the anime is, in this reality is Violet Evergarden, and in the anime she loses both her arms to I think a lot of like gunfires from like because she was in the military or whatever, and she loses both her arms to that, and that doesn't sit right with me because in the anime they literally just show like both her arms just fall out or something after being torn up or whatever due to the gunfire. In the alternate reality scene that I saw of Violet Evergarden, she is in a cargo plane. Her arms actually get crushed, and she is trying to stop the plane from going down with crushed arms. So that's the inspiration for this. So yeah, that's kind of everything. So and then uh, there's gonna be a legend about the Green or something, and and then we'll get into more information with the bull. It's yeah. I didn't think of anything else I want to share. But yeah, this is like Act 4 of the book eventually, and it's gonna be well yeah, Act 4. But I basically got what I wanted to get out. I'll probably no, I am gonna edit a lot off screen, but every Saturday or Sunday or something, I will live stream some and see what happens. So I believe that's about it. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and we will see each other next week, I guess. Or if I do a solo, what do you call it? Video in between. So